6 days. I've moved into my apartment, and so I thought it would be time to orient you as I'm going through my own orientation as to where I am living and where I'm going to school, and basically just where everything is in Prague that I know of at this time. So, to start you off, I thought that I'd give you a nice tour of my apartment and my neighborhood, and a little tour of Prague via a map. So this is the city of Prague, or at least the map of Prague, and by looking at the whole map, I'll be able to show you where I live and where everything cool is in Prague. So you see the river going all along here. This is the Vltava, the one that I showed you in my last blog post. And the river really goes right through the center of the city. So on one side of the river, on the left side of the river, we have the Prague Castle complex, which is the famous castle that most people see on postcards and in pictures when you hear about Prague and all that kind of stuff. And then on the other side of the city, we have what we call the old town of Prague. So there's lots of old buildings and churches, including Wenceslas Square, who is one of the most famous saints and characters of Prague's history, and I can explain more of that later for everyone interested in a history lesson. And so the whole old city is located right here, right around the curve of the river. And that obviously is the most expensive area and the most touristy area. So of course I don't live there, but I do live not too far away. So if we zoom in over here, you might be able to read this stop right here on the metro. That is Jehiro Zipodebrad, and that is my metro stop. And then I live right here on this road, and that is called Slezska. So I live at Slezska 45, and this whole region of the city is called Vinohrady. And Vinohrady is seen as a very hip, up-and-coming neighborhood, so I've got lots of nice local bars and restaurants and lots of stores, like grocery stores and things like that, so that everything I need is within a close walk. And Prague is also cut up into different regions, and they give each one a little number, and so I am over here in Praha 3, but I'm actually right on the border of Praha 2, which is where I take classes. So if we travel along through Prague, we'll see there's the center of Vinohrady, and we get down here, and you can see Vyšehrad, and so that is actually where I take classes because the CIEE Study Center is there. So Vyšehrad also is very old, and there's some things that date back to the 9th century there. So obviously I love that. And then I get off at the metro stop here. That's the Vyšehrad metro stop, and walk a little closer to the center of all the old stuff there, including the old cemetery of Prague, which is where all Prague's sort of famous people, like politicians and writers and artists and things like that, are buried. And then I just do all of my studying there. I take my Czech classes, and I will start my other classes later there. So that is Prague as a city. So now I'm going to show you my neck of the woods, like my apartment. So here I am outside of my apartment, right here, like I told you, at Slezska 45. So I'll show you a little bit of Slezska Street. That's Slezska in one direction, and these are my neighbors across the street. You can tell the buildings here are pretty old and also pretty nice. Nice trimming and stuff like that on a lot of them. And then here's the most important of all, my door. So I'm all the way up there, but on the other side, actually, this is someone else's bedroom, and there's my 45 number. Actually in Prague, all buildings have 2 numbers, so there's that first one, that's in blue, so that's the one that actually tells you what number of the street it is, and you've got that one in red, so mine's 857, and the red numbers just give you a comparison of when the buildings were built, so that you can tell which building was built first, because for a while, around the 18th and 19th centuries, it was a matter of prestige if your building was built first. So then, we can come on over to the door. You can see there's my bell, CIEE, and I'm guessing it'd be a little bit boring to watch me go in the door, so I'll see you inside. So now to my apartment. I just went up the few flights of stairs to get in. We've got our nice tram schedules hung up on the door. This is half of our bathroom here, very European style. Over here, we've got the other half of the bathroom, our European style washer, no dryer, with labels of how to do it, because their washing machines are very different than ours, and our handy dandy shower slash bathtub, oddly enough with a mirror, window above it so that you could actually look in if you stood on a chair in our kitchen. Important here is our little shoe taking off area, because one of the important Czech customs to learn is that you always have to take off your shoes before entering a Czech home, so I'll do that. And then you walk in here and we've got our lovely dining room with our lovely roommate Libby. And then to the left of the dining room is my room and Libby's room. So we've got my bed over here and Libby's bed over there. And then obviously we've got a Jumbo the elephant and our nice view out the window. You can almost see the Prague TV tower, which I'm sure I'll take you to another time. So it's not a bad view at all. Some faces up there that may be watching. And all of our storage and stuff like that. Back into the dining room. We've got our lovely kitchen here. Pretty standard Czech things, Czech beer, stuff like that. And then through another door in the dining room is the other bedroom with Cassie. So this is Cassie and Edita's room. And then they have another door through their room that goes into our living room. So this is our living room with a TV that doesn't work and a nice pull-out couch if anyone wants to come for a visit. And then out here we've got a nice view of the street where we just were, so that is pretty nice. The weather's not too nice today though. And yeah, that's basically the apartment. So I hope you enjoyed your first visit to a Czech home. And I will be sure to upload this as fast as I can without having wireless in my own home and make some more videos soon. So thanks for checking me out. Yeah!